Bless me and welcome on the guy that started off his Seton Hall recruiting class, Ron Conway. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Pretty good. We're just kind of talking a little bit about it. We know some states are playing, guys are going through a season. You're in your case right now, you guys aren't having a season. It's been working out. Take us through how you've been able to take advantage of this.
I've been able to take advantage greatly. Me and my trainer, we really locked in every asset of the game. In this Corona pandemic, I've really been able to get my body right, get in the best shape I've really been in. And I just think it really for some people, it's really this pandemic was really the best thing that really happened to some people. I think I was one of those people because I've really like worked on every part of my game. So it's actually affected me in a positive way, to be honest with you. So I think I'll be, with all the preparation I've done, I think I'll be ready for Seton Hall.
That's gonna be a scary thing because we haven't really seen you now too much, if any, really, in the past year now. And we know there's a couple
Yeah,
of states, California's in the same boat as you. And ranking wise, I know it doesn't mean much, but we see guys that are not being ranked as high because they haven't played. But when we see you
yeah,
back in college now, the next time you really start playing games again, what's the
yeah.
new Ryan gonna look like? What can we expect from you? What's all the stuff you've been working on the past year now?
The biggest thing I've been working on is film. I do what I gotta do in the gym every day, but I come home and I spend 45 minutes to an hour on film, whether it's Seton Hall film or just other watching other point guards. And I credit that to my trainer. He's always sending me clips every day of just like just point guards to watch. And I feel like that's only my biggest improvement. Like I've worked so much on just the mental side of the game and just the like understanding like where my guys are gonna be on the court. Like that, I think that's my biggest part. I watched so much Seton Hall. Like I already know where certain guys that I'm playing with are gonna be just from watching film. You know what I'm saying? This year, I really realized how big film was. So.
And you're going to a system that you being a guard and you're being a scoring guard too. We know Coach
Mhm,
Willard, his expectations now have been winning. He's been winning for countless years now, but especially
mhm,
his main thing he kind of builds the whole offense around is that point guard, shooting guards. How do you plan to
mhm.
come in there? Do you think you're going to have a lot of opportunity to score next year, possibly start off the bench? Like, what do you think your role might be in your freshman campaign?
Well, the way I look at college, once you come in, like what I'm saying, it's anybody's spot. So
Mhm.
I just want to earn as many minutes as I can off the bat. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I want to come in, be a leader, and just do whatever I have to do for us to win. You know what I'm saying? And if that means me starting, okay. If that means me coming off the bench, okay. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever we need to do to win. Man, like I said, I'm coming in ready to compete. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really want to predetermine like how what I'm gonna do, but
Mhm.
I feel like I'm ready to make a big impact. I'll tell you that.
When you're watching film, who are some of the guys specifically you're watching? Are there certain players that you really keep an eye on? Going back watching guys like Miles Powell even, or what does the Seton Hall film look like?
Okay, so if I'm watching this, I watch a lot of just point guards, the all just really good point guards throughout the year. I mean, I just
Mhm.
earlier today I was watching Steve Nash.
Mhm.
Like a couple days ago I was watching Kemba Walker.
Mhm.
Like Kemba Walker in college back when he was at UConn.
Mhm.
Yeah, like killer. You know what I'm saying? I'm just watching point guards like that. You know what I'm saying? That I feel, not too tall. We have similar games. You know what I'm saying? I watch their every move, like, you know what I'm saying? So like not as but that's really who else? Oh, Chris Paul. Chris Paul's a big one. I've watched a lot of Chris Paul. Um oh, and then lately, last week I've been watching Tyler Eulis from Kentucky. That's his name.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of him. And basically all these guards are all similar, and they're all where I'm trying to get to. So I'm taking every note I can just watching them. And as far as Seton Hall film goes, uh, I watch that with my trainer, and we sit down, we break down film, and every little thing that we see, we take note of. Like we write notes, like just little things. Like there might be one thing where like I come out, like we see them come off the screen and we see the tag guy's not there, you hit it. You know what I'm saying? Little things like that. And I take a mental note in my head, just knowing that that's always there. That's an example, but like this, just things like that that we're working on every single day. So that you know what I'm saying. So
Now, from the past games, obviously, when I was able to watch a little bit, you're a guy that we
mm,
know can score at will. We're touching about some of those high school games. You've had 55 plus point games. You've had tons of scoring outings. You were possibly going to go down as one of the top all time Baltimore scorers. Obviously, it's kind of going to held out because not having a senior year, but you're a
mm,
dominant scorer. But we know that. But not a lot of people know that you have the passing aspect too. You have the ability to pass. How do you plan to bring that to college? How do you plan to be able to distribute and also set up other teammates when you get out there?
Yeah, you're right. A lot of people don't know my ability to do that, and I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like I've the last like year I've really used just to develop my, like I said, the mental part of the game,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I feel like I'm gonna be so ready for college because I learned like kids aren't out here just watching film every day, like that's boring. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that's really giving me a mental advantage, and like it's gonna help me see my teammates better. It's gonna help me like this all aspects of my game, the defensive side. I just feel like all that combined is gonna help me like the film is going to help me just become a better point guard overall. So I I think when I get to Seton Hall, you can expect a huge improvement from when I was at Dulaney to when I got to Seton Hall, just based off this last year of preparing I've done.
Now, there are a ton of great guards coming from Seton Hall. Isaiah Whitehead, Miles Powell most recently. This goes on, though. Who is a guard that you kind of compare yourself to, or Seton Hall fans can kind of look at and say, Ryan might be a little bit like him?
I actually watched a little bit of Isaiah Whitehead the other day. I watched the game.
Mm-hmm.
I like his game. I feel like I can bring a little bit of him. A little bit. At the end of the day, my best quality is scoring.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's going to be a huge quality I can bring. I feel like, I can bring something that they missed this year. Just a point guard who has a little bit of both. Like, I mean, they had that in Bryce Aiken, but he had the injuries,
Mm-hmm.
so he wasn't able to really showcase that. But I feel like I can bring in a little bit of both sides to the game that they need.
You look at the Big East, I think a lot of people say it might not be as deep because we know Villanova's been dominant now for 5, 6 years. Really just kind of ran the conference and all, but you guys have been
Mm.
successfully up there, top four right now. You guys have constantly been in that push where you guys are making the tournament. How do you get to that hump though and truly ultimately really compete with Villanova in terms of winning the conference in a year or potentially even have a deeper run than Villanova might have?
Well, it starts in May. When I get up there. So I don't know. I just feel like if we can come together as a team, like and build a strong brotherhood, because those teams like Villanova, outside of our conference, like Gonzaga, Baylor, like they all have I watch them, like they have great brotherhood. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's I feel like we can develop that early and develop the chemistry. I feel like this team can be like really really good.
Ultimately, it all starts at the helm of it all, and that's Coach Willard. And as I said, he's came in
Mm-hmm.
and really made this an attractive program, a great program, successful program. But you got to get on that personal level. You just got to talk to him. You got to hang out with him sometimes. What's he just like on that personal level?
Oh no, that's great. He's a people's guy. Very. I mean, from watching him coach, I mean he can coach. Like he
Mm.
knows, just talking to him, he knows a lot about the game. He's a very genuine. That's one of the biggest reasons I chose you. He's very genuine. He'll keep it. He'll be honest with you. Because a lot of these coaches aren't. What I'm saying, it's hard to be like just honest with a player. He's
Mhm.
from the jump kept it honest with me. He told me me the scholarship. He didn't want to offer me till he knew the scholarship was there, till he knew that I could commit on the spot. The whole Seton Hall staff really has kept it very real with me, and that's why I feel that's one of the biggest reasons why I feel like I chose Seton Hall.
Take us through that because every guy I know that college coaches, they obviously, you said, it's hard for them. They obviously have the main guys, whoever that might be, and they always want to keep in
Mm-hmm.
touch with other guys though too, just in case that guy might fall through. How do
Mm-hmm.
you, as a player though, because obviously they don't tell you that necessarily, but how do you decipher and kind of decide, okay, this coach is for real. I'm his main priority. I'm who they really want. How are you able to pick that out and kind of see that?
Um, First things, if the head coach isn't reaching out to you on a consistent basis from the school that's recruiting you, to me, that's just like something right there. Because I feel like if they're just having the assistant coach constantly reach out to you, but
Mhm.
the head coach isn't reaching out to you, coming out to see your games, like I just feel like that right there alone is like the biggest thing. Like you gotta that's what set it apart. There wasn't I had a good amount of offers, but there wasn't really too many high major like head coaches that I was really keeping in contact with, and Coach Will was one of them. What I'm saying? It's kept in contact with me because they're busy. So
Mhm.
the head coach is taking time out of his day to text you, then you're a priority. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's really the biggest thing as far as like knowing if the school's like prioritizing you or not.
You did list a top six. Out of the schools, were all those, or who were some of the schools that also were really close to Seton Hall? Was the number two, number three option out of those top six?
Yeah, I actually really had a top three when I put the top six. It was the other school was Rutgers,
Mm-hmm.
and And then the other school actually that wasn't in my top 6 was Wake Forest.
Mm.
Wake Forest offered me, and I was thinking about those. That was really like my top 3.
Wake Forest is interesting. I know not a lot of people have heard about that yet, and I know a
Yeah.
lot of guys seem to really like what Coach Forbes is building there. Obviously, it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
hard for you knowing that he just not got there to kind of commit to him. But what was that
Mm-hmm.
push like? What did you like about Coach Forbes?
Oh, he's actually another one of them very genuine coaches. You know what I'm saying? That all 3 of those coaches and that my like in those all 3 of them, they were all very genuine. It's a very hard decision, but Coach Forbes, he was very. I don't know. He had a very humbleness to him that I loved. Like he's coming from Eastern Tennessee State. Yeah, no, he just brought a very humbleness to him. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. Yeah, he came to me like almost with no ego. Like, and that's why I really considered them. Like it was very genuine, and he's a very I another very good coach that knows the game, and I don't know. What I'm saying it was a very tough decision between the 3 schools, but.
And I've heard a lot of buzz about that. I said a lot of 2022 guys seem to have a lot of interest. He already got Carter Witt out there. Just
Yeah.
long term, do you see Wake Forest as landing a lot more top guys? Do you think that Coach Forbes is the right coach that if he had more time possibly even recruiting you, that could have been where you possibly could have went?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Seton Hall still in my heart was,
Mhm.
but nah, definitely he's gonna in a couple of years they're mark my word, they're gonna be really good because he does a heck of a job with his program. So, so I look at what he did with Eastern Tennessee State. I don't know what his record was like the past year, but I know it was really good. So, credit to him. I feel like in a couple of years they're gonna be really good just because of like the environment that Coach Forbes has built and the like culture he's built. And I feel like they're going to be really good in a couple of years.
The other one you mentioned is someone I've already had an interview with Ike Cornish, and you guys are
Uh,
obviously super close. We're gonna get more into that throughout your high school ball and all that. But I know he
mm,
talked about you guys were pretty close to possibly going to Rutgers at one point. Take us through that whole recruiting process, and from your side of the story, how close were you guys ever going to Rutgers together?
oh, we was close. Cause I remember when as soon as Ike got the offer, like I remember we was talking about it, like because at the time I really was considering Rutgers too. It was really like between Rutgers and Seton Hall, and we were close, but like at one point it really was like it was right there, but nah, but we were close, but I obviously he had a lot of other good offers, and he chose to go somewhere else, and I chose to go somewhere else. But it was close though.
Now, was there a pitch or an effort made by you to try getting him to come to Seton Hall with you then once you commit?
Yes, yes, we, yeah, we tried, but we just realized that this wasn't gonna. We just looked at like the depths and everything, and what Ike is trying to do, and I just felt like I don't know. We tried though. I tried like to try to get him, but I don't know. We looked at everything. I think by the time I tried, I kind of like already had like his like what I'm saying. I think Seton Hall would have entered too late, like or enter his list of schools too late. So yeah.
I think Seton Hall is a great fit for you. Already said that. I like what Ike's doing out there at
Mm.
Maryland, but let's say you two did team up, whether it be at Rutgers, Seton Hall, wherever that would have been. How special would you
Mm.
two have been together if you guys did decide to team up?
Oh, we would have been unbelievable. I feel like we would have been really good. I
Mhm.
mean, because we already had the chemistry in high school, so I feel like going into college, like it would have been just natural. You know what I'm saying? I unfortunately we couldn't go down that route, but yeah, we would have. I always think like what could have been if we ended up going to the same college. That would have been crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know what I'm saying? He's gonna have a heck of a career at Maryland, and I wish the best for him. He's gonna because Ike's a really really good player. So I don't know. I feel like if we teamed up though, that would have been trouble for everybody else, like, real to be honest. But but like I said, everything lands where it's supposed to. So
You were able to go on a visit though. Not a lot of guys in 2021 had the opportunity for that. And you went and took a visit to Seton Hall literally days before everything shut down with COVID. It was like a week before it all happened. How was that visit
uh,
though?
it was it was great. I've only been to Seton Hall like 2 or 3 times, and the game I went to, it wasn't even a conference game yet. And the game was crazy, this crazy lit, and but it was a great experience. The Prudential Center gets lit, and but and I couldn't really go to campus after that. I just came up for the game, but I did tour campus though with the coaches the first time I went up there. And then I didn't get a chance to go back up there for my official visit because everything happening. But it was great experience though. I can't wait to get up there.
Now we do know you're counting down the months now. You're gonna head up there probably late May, possibly early June. Where it looks like though, and hopefully COVID protocols are gonna start lining up a little bit, and hopefully they're gone by the time you actually get out there. But how excited to get on campus and be able to get to work with those guys?
Oh, very. I see every time I watch these guys play, it just makes me want to get on the court with them. So I'm very excited. It's really coming up. So I can't wait. Like I'm so ready to work, and I'm like I said, I can't wait for next season. Hopefully this COVID will be gone, and yeah, no, like I said, I'm very excited. Just watching them play every night makes you just want to get to work.
I'm a big fan of your big three you guys have out there for 2021, top 30 ranked, probably only because it's not that much depth, but I think all three guys can be special players. We've discussed you. I'm really high on Tyler. I think he's got that dog mentality, and Brandon's gonna be a special player too. But just kind of take us through this class. What do you like about those guys' games, and how do you guys think they're all going to fit together?
Oh, we're gonna mesh good. I already know. Tyler, like you said, he's a guy who plays hard, very hard. He's very athletic, he's very scrappy. He, like you said, he brings that dog mentality. I feel like he's gonna bring a lot of toughness to us too. As far as Brandon, he's very athletic, heck of a player. He really do everything type of guy. He defends, rebounds, scores. And then me, I look forward to getting them involved as best as I can. Me being the point guard, and I feel like we're just gonna mesh perfectly together. You know what I'm saying? I've studied both their games, and I feel like if we do it right, we can end up being very good.
We don't know what it's all going to look like. We know the guys have actually good eligibility for the seniors out there, and we also know this transfer rule. We'll see how that all comes to play. But out of the guys you do know so far, if all these guys are able to return next year, who are you really close to? Is there anyone on that team right now you talk to a lot that you're pretty close to already?
Not really. To be honest with you, not really. Hopefully, as we once I get there, I feel like I'm gonna get close to the guys. I'm not really close to nobody on the team right now though.
Gotcha. Now, when we do go back to it, you were the first guy to commit, and that's sometimes some guys aren't always confident in that. They always like to wait some time to see who else is going there. They don't want to be the first guy. You had confidence, though. You want to be the first guy to go without anyone else locked in yet. How confident were you, and what did it take to be that first guy?
Oh, very. I think being the first says it all. I just want to set the tone for the class. Like I said, I want to go in there and be a leader. You know what I'm saying? I think part of that is just committing, just showing the commitment you have to the school. Like I committed considerably pretty early, so so I don't know. I feel like that just sets the tone for our class, and it wasn't an easy decision, but I just felt like it was the best decision, and I really was thinking about it for a while. And I was just like, I just felt like once I felt it in my heart that it was the right decision, it was perfect.
Did you have any kind of recruiting pitch to Tyler or Brandon, or was that the coaches, or what? When did you first start talking to those guys?
I had a little. Did I? I'm trying to think. I had a little pitch to Tyler, but Brandon, he just kind of committed. I didn't even know he was coming. So, but even Tyler, though, I didn't really know he was necessarily coming. I remember reaching out to him though, but now once I found out they were both coming, I mean, I hit them both up like yo, we can let's really get to work. Like we got a chance to really do something here. So
Now that you are officially on the team too, now I'm sure you can kind of be a recruiting pitch. We know Seton Hall likes to recruit in your area. Are there any 2022 guys that either they're already recruiting that you'd like to play with, or guys you think that Seton Hall should get involved in that you think would be cool to go play with them at the college level?
Yes. You heard of Christian Winborn?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a guard in my area that I want to play with. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we offered him, and I talked to Coach Skin about it, our assistant coach, about it all the time, and we're trying to get him. I feel like he'd be a great guard for me to play with in the years to come.
Without a doubt. Well, we do know it's about a little bit even longer than this, probably about 8 or so months or so until you get out there and actually start playing games. But that first game day, when you get to go out there, you see your jersey, you got to put that on, hopefully get on that court that night. What's going to be emotions? Take us through what your expectations are for that first night.
Oh, it's gonna be. I mean, depending on I don't know if the fans are gonna be there, but it's gonna the adrenaline is gonna be there. It's what I've been working for my whole life, So the adrenaline's definitely gonna be there. By then I'm gonna be acclimated and confident in our system. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very confident that I'll be ready. But nah, it's gonna be a movie though, because like I said, it's my first ever college game. So, but no, I know Seton Hall gets you ready. They winning culture, so I'm not really worried about that. What I'm saying, I'm just ready to get to work so I can get prepared for that first game.
And it's gonna probably be your first game in what, like 16, 18 months too.
Crazy. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Wow.
Well, let's kind of get into this because, as I said, you had a historic 3-year run at Dulaney, and you could have went up there and put your names among some of the top all-time scorers in Baltimore, Maryland area. Obviously, we know it got shut down. So, kind of take us through this. What was it like when you learned the season was going to be canceled, and take us through adjusting to the whole not having a season this year?
Oh, nah, it was when it got shut down, I didn't realize that it would shut the next season down. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. So it caught me really off guard. But like I said, I just used it just to as a positive, just to, like I said, work on my game. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, this last year I worked my game more than I've ever worked in my game. So, like I said, I feel like it affected me in a positive way. I feel like it affected a lot of people in a positive way though. Like I said, I'm bummed that we didn't have the season, but at the same time, I'm taking it like all as a positive because we needed it. And that's
You guys would have had a special senior class that year. You guys could have obviously been contenders once again. But what were your expectations? What did you guys think you guys could achieve as a team? And what kind of season do you think you personally could have had this year?
honestly speaking, I feel like it would have been fantastic. I mean, I feel like we were the favorites to win the whole entire state championship. I really don't even think, honestly, I really think like we had it in the bag. Like, we really had it in the bag last year. We just had a tough loss to Mervo, but like our senior year, it wouldn't even have been. Like, I feel like we would have like ran through it. And then individually, I feel like I would have had just another good season. Probably my best season I've had. So I probably would have put up a, you know what I'm saying? I would have, because like that's the type of Coach Lottie is. I'm my senior year. Probably a lot more just freedom. So I probably would have had a very good season, but unfortunately we'll never know because it never happened. But yeah.
I want to kind of go through each one of these years a little bit. And for starters, though, obviously you've had the same head coach all your career. Kind of take us to Coach Lockley. We know he's a great coach. He's won many, many games in his career, a long-time coach out there. What is it just feeling being coached by him?
Oh, he's great. He's one of the coaches that it's a lot of attention to detail. He's a very, what's the word? He's a very, I don't know. He's a very, I don't know. He's a great coach though. I played for him for 4 years. My brother played for him for 2 years, and that's actually kind of how I developed a relationship with him. I've known him since like I was like maybe 7, because that's when my brother played with him, and that's kind of how that got me there. I had the relationship. But nah, he's a great coach. He knows a lot about the game. He cares. I think with him, he's another genuine guy that just wants to help kids out. And I think that's like the biggest like thing I love about him. He's not in it for himself. He's in it to help other kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we already have like 3 out of the 8 seniors already committed to, I think it's like 3 out of the 8 have already committed to college, and like all like he's helped us all so much. And I'm pretty sure we're all 8 of us are going to be going to college for basketball. So you know what I'm saying? I really credit a lot of that to him, just because he works so hard for these kids. So definitely credit to him just for just being so, just helping so humbly, just being so selfless.
You are a well-known player. You've had a high ranked, you're highly recruited, and when all those kind of things kind of come together, and we know a lot of guys like to go transfer out to bigger schools, national schedule. You even had 2 of you guys you play with for a couple of years do that. Was that ever something that crossed your mind? Did you ever think about that, even so this year when you knew there wasn't going to be a season?
Honestly, yeah, a little bit, but at the end of the day, I like a lot of like schools came, but at the end of the day, I know Coach Lottie has my best interest. So I think it was just my best interest to stay. You know what I'm saying? You don't want, when people are good to you, when the situation is right, don't try it. That's how I look at it. Don't try to change it. You know what I'm saying? Plus he's prepared me all 3 years. Why leave for the last year? That's how I look at it. You feel me? So
You had a special couple of guys I said too. Ike, we know we
Mhm.
already kind of talked about him. Shay's out there too, and a lot of people kind of forgot about him because he's gone through a lot of injuries and all. He's still kind of getting his groove back right now at San Diego State. But take us
Mhm.
through those years when you guys were able to play together, you three. How special were those groups?
Oh, great. Our 10th grade team was really good. We
Hmm.
were like we were really good. We lost in the states, like in the championship, and like we were nice. But we really would have won, but we lost a 6 point lead with 30 seconds left. Something like that. It's crazy. But nah, that was a very special group. That was a really good team. And nah, it was great playing with like this the whole team. That whole team, we were all a brotherhood. Like it was great, So it was hard when them guys left, but and I'm not gonna, it was hard not to like the temptation for me to leave, but then I realized, like I said, like there wasn't really a reason for me to leave. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Discussing Shea a little bit, he's a guy that said was a great player, obviously gone through his injuries, still trying to truly get himself back. But when it all does come together, he's 100% out there and ready to play at San Diego State. And what do you think he can turn into throughout his career there?
Oh, Shea has always had the potential to be really, really good.
Hmm.
So it's like I said, without the injuries, Shea would be really, really good. And I think Shea still is really, really good. He just has to, like I said, it's a learning experience first getting into college and just coming off the injury. But I feel like he's taking it well. I talked to him not too long ago, and I feel like he had a chance to be like a really very special talent. So just give him some time, get acclimated to college, and he'll be straight.
You also were nominated for something a couple weeks ago, McDonald's All-American game, and it was a weird year. We know that it wasn't season, so they didn't really base off that completely. I'm not sure how they exactly put those rosters together, but you were a nomination. Just kind of take us through what it was like hearing about that and know that you were obviously recognized as one of the better players in the 2021.
Oh, it's a blessing. Just to be nominated for that, it made you realize like not to take anything for granted because like that's like really a blessing just to be nominated for that. Um, like I said, I don't even know how they did it because there wasn't really a season, but like I said, I'm just blessed. I'm very thankful, and that's another accomplishment that I'll keep in my back pocket. And but like I said, we got bigger things to worry about. But nah, that was a huge accomplishment.
Take us to another cool thing that happened recently with Under Armour Black History Month clothing line. Discuss this a
Mhm.
little bit, how this came to be. Just kind of walk us through this.
Oh, so that picture that I took, that was a year ago from this month or from
Mhm.
February. We did it last February, and I remember that like it was like 20 kids, probably about 20 or 30 kids, and we did the photo shoot, and like I remember doing it, but I just didn't know I was gonna be like the front cover. You know what I'm saying? So like it hit me. I just went one day. I went on Under Armour. I was right there, and I was like, oh my gosh. But nah, that's just, like I said, that's just another blessing, and like I wasn't even expecting. I didn't know I was gonna be on the Under Armour website, but I didn't know I was gonna be on like the actual front covers. That was like really really cool.
How were you selected for it? Was it something you kind of signed up for? Someone that they just kind of talked to you? Like, how did it all have to come to be?
So I don't know if Coach Moogie.
Hmm.
Yeah, Coach Moogie from Thrill, Coach Team Thrill.
Hmm.
Yeah, he just got a bunch of kids together for this guy's clothing line, and like we didn't, and he just like I said, Coach Mookie does so much for kids. He's another like very influenced guy, just like in this basketball game, and he didn't just help me out. He helped a lot of kids out like with that. Like those pictures like down in they're actually like all in the Under Armour store at Baltimore City. Like all those pictures are in the store. You know what I'm saying? And like it's crazy. And but now I think he's really the reason how it happened. He just reached out to me and said, "Do I want to do this photo shoot?" And I was with it.
There was another big game I want to touch up on from last year. 55-point game, 12 threes in
Mm-hmm.
the first half. You were 12 for 13 to be exact. How hot were you that night?
Very. I when before the game started in warmups,
Mhm.
I didn't miss a shot, so I kind of knew it was gonna be a good night. Like all warmups, I didn't miss a shot. One of our main scorers wasn't playing, and it kind of just I kind of felt it. And I remember like first play of the game, Coach Lochte, I guess he peeped like I wasn't like I had a great warm up, and first play of the game I hit a three, and from there it just kind of just started flowing. I ended the first quarter with 14 points, but
Mhm.
out of nowhere, like I remember I hit like 3 threes in a row, like back to back to back. And at that point, I'm at like 23 points. And then from there, it's just get me the ball. So I credit my teammates, like, because they were just giving me the ball every from that point, really, like every time. So, I was hot. And like I said, I don't know. I was just hot. Like I said, I credit my team. They were looking for me every possession. And I didn't play the second half. I only played like 4 minutes in the third quarter. So
Mhm.
coach, but I understand though. It was sportsmanship. I understand why coach took me out, but
Mhm.
yeah. So, but nah, it was an amazing feeling. Huge, like very amazing accomplishment.
Is that the hottest you've ever been in a game, or have you got hotter than that at any point in a game or workouts, or was that the hottest you've ever been in your life?
Highest I've ever been in my life. I mean, I've gotten hot at workouts, but that's just workouts. You know what I'm saying? In the game, that was my hottest. I don't know, hottest. I don't know. I just feel like I couldn't miss. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? So, nah, it was crazy.
I want to go into your family a little bit too, because as you mentioned, your brother played, and now he's also assistant coach. What's it just been
Mm.
like having him in your life, both as a player to kind of compete with you, but also now he has that coaching mindset, kind of can help you on that side of the game. How has he helped you throughout your career?
Oh, he's been my biggest influence with basketball. He played at York College, 4 years at York College basketball, D3, and then now he's a D2 associate head coach.
Mhm.
And he understands the game a lot. Like he's always calling me, just giving me tips, like because he watches a lot of basketball too, just sending me stuff. And he's like I said, I've been blessed just to have him in my life, just as a role model, as a person who as a person that I look up to with basketball, and just as like a role model. Period. You know what I'm saying? So I credit that to him. And I actually have another brother, EJ. He played Division I football at Yale,
Mhm.
and and now he's out California doing his own thing. He's working for Lyft, but he's working like the headquarters of Lyft. So like he's doing his thing. But nah, those are my two brothers though. They both have been very influential on me my whole life.
Growing up, I can already imagine you guys have played one-on-one, two-on-two type of games
Yeah.
before. How does games go?
Oh great. Chris, I can beat Chris now. Like I can beat him. Chris even admitted the other day. He's like, okay, you can like, but like a couple years ago, I couldn't beat him. But because he was just so much bigger than me. Like he was, I don't know. EJ, he was more of a football player, so I could always beat him.
Mhm.
But Chris, Chris was very good, very good at one point. So it was kind of hard for me to beat him. But now it's not that hard. Like I can beat him. Yeah.
Another aspect to you is we know when you are a great player going to college that some guys don't always prioritize their grades too much. So they might just kind of slack off a little bit. That's a priority for you. I know you're National Honor Society. You have over 3.75 GPA now. Take us through this and how much you really value your academics.
Growing up in my house, we kind of I don't really have a choice. Yeah. So both my parents are very smart. They both my dad, they both very smart. And I just, like I said, I Coach Lochte, he's another person that really like made me realize how grades were. Like he wouldn't play that. Like if I was acting up in class or I had a missing assignment, he don't care who we're playing. He would not play me, or he won't start me. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like having all these people just around me who care about me. Like I feel like that's what really made me the player and person I am today. As far as like just being focusing on my grades, knowing that school is that important. Uh, so I just feel like I credit that a lot to all the people around me. But no, I just always like fed off that, and that just always motivated me to do what I'm supposed to do in the classroom.
With that GPA, obviously, it means you're also going to go to college with the Seton Hall, but have you decided what kind of route you want to take? Is there a certain degree you're looking at now? Or are you still kind of looking to decide on that?
Yeah, I'm still looking to decide on that. I mean, I'm looking into the business side of things. Definitely, I don't really know like what I'm gonna do in the business field yet, but I'm looking more so on the business side of things. So hopefully, as when I get to school, I kind of think about that a little more.
Mhm.
That's a hard decision, like what you want to do with your life. So, but I'm gonna hopefully in this next like 6 months, I'm gonna really like look at what I want to do in my life. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just right now just trying. I got everybody got that one dream first, the one basketball dream. So I'm gonna focus on that first.
No doubt, man. Well, a couple things I was like wrapping up with, one of which, as you know, I kind of like discussing your legacy, and we know your next chapter now could be at Seton Hall, and hopefully God will take wherever you want after that. But by the time you
Mhm.
leave Seton Hall, what do you want to be remembered for what you achieve both on and off the court?
As far as on the court, I just want to remember as this, just the next great point guard to come through. I want to be the next. So I don't know. I just want to leave like he was a winner, he was a leader. Those are the two biggest things. He was a winner and he's a leader. And whatever follows that follows that. But if I can leave there with knowing people saying, yeah, that kid was a winner, he was a leader. If I can leave with people saying that, I know I did my job. So as far as off the court, like I said, I want to make sure my grades are straight. Hopefully by then I know what major I want to go into. I just want to be known as a kid, just a good person. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so easy to slip up, and I just want to, just be known as a good person, good genuine person. Because it's hard. It's not a lot of people. That's not true. There's a lot of genuine people, but so I just want to be known as that.
And this leads me to one of my last topics too for you is your faith. I know you're a believer, have it always on your bio, always talking about it. Discuss your faith
Mhm.
a little bit though, and just ultimately, how has God helped get you to the point you're at today?
I mean, it's all I owe it all to him. He's the reason that I am where I am today. Like I'm nothing without God. None of us are anything without God. Uh, I have, like I have a, my favorite verse is Proverbs 3:5. That's trust God with all your heart and lean not in your own understanding. And just I live by that verse with everything I do.
Now, I know also, as you said, it is going to be easy to slip up. A lot of guys always have that. You're going to get more and more attention as you move up the levels. How do you plan to be able to stay strong in your faith and continue to trust in God?
Oh, so I'm going to Seton Hall, which is a Catholic school. So there's Christianity going on. So, I was talking to my mom about this the other day. Uh, I want, I just want to. When I get there, I'm probably gonna join a youth ministry.
Hmm.
Just cause I'm gonna just to make sure I keep me on the right path. Because in college, it's so easy to, especially when you're on your own, like you don't have your parents by your side to remind you. So I right away I'm gonna join a ministry, campus ministry, and just I'm gonna try to get to church every Sunday that I can. It's gonna be hard sometimes with basketball, but I'm gonna try. And I just feel like if I can do that, that alone will help me just maintain my faith with God.
You already have a pretty large profile and platform, but you're going to get larger and larger one as you continue to go up levels too. How do you plan to be a light to people and not just like in growing your own faith, but also help others grow in theirs and ultimately kind of bring people to God too?
Shoot, well, as far as like I said, as far as when I get to see, I'm gonna ask my teammates to join in with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, like I haven't really talked to them about that side of their life, but right away, I know God says spread the word. So right when I get to Seton Hall, I'm gonna ask my teammates to do it with me. Just and then just in life, if I ever see anybody that's struggling with anything, I just always tell them like people hate to hear this, but God really does have a plan, and I really just think you need to stay with that because some people are like that's like kind of the generic thing to say, but it's real. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And so I just go by that in life, and I feel like God brings certain people to you that you need to enlighten about Him, and and I love those opportunities. I've had those opportunities been presented to me, and I take full advantage because I think everything happens for a reason. I feel like when I get to college, there's gonna be times where like someone is brought to me, and for me to help them with their faith, and I'm gonna do the best I can.
Amen, man. That's awesome. Well, my final thing
Amen.
for you, give Seton Hall fans your three biggest goals you have set for your Seton Hall career.
I wanna win a Big East champ. I want to win a couple Big East championships.
Mhm.
I want to win an NCAA championship, and I don't know. I just it's kind of hard. I don't want to talk about like individual achievements, but like I said, I want to come in there as as a point guard that everyone. Remember, my third goal is just coming in as a point guard who everyone wants to play with, trust with their brother. You know what I'm saying? I want to come into college and just being memorized as the teammate that was a leader, a winner, was always what I'm saying, just as a brother for life. And I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like everything else will take care of itself. You know what I'm saying? I want to go in. I want to go and just be like I said. I do want to go in and be an impact player right away. That's another goal I have. like I said, I'm confident just because I've the work that I've put out. So yeah.
Absolutely, man. Well, I definitely appreciate you taking time to come on today, and I'm excited to see what God got next for you, man. Of
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
course, you're always welcome on, man. God bless.
All right, you too.